Good morning. It is April 5th and it is the day after my birthday. Yesterday I arrived here in Ventura, California. So Ventura is not too far from where I live. I haven't spent a ton of time in Ventura. My family actually had a boat in Oxnard growing up, which isn't too far away. So I spent more time in Oxnard. So yesterday was kind of my first time really venturing around Ventura. Ventura actually has some really cool history, including where I'm at right now. So where I'm at right now is a hotel called the Clocktower Inn. So I'm gonna take you around this hotel and just show you a little bit about the history and how kind of cool and quaint it is, and tell you a little bit of spookiness about it as well. So come join me and my coffee as we go take a little tour around this cute little place I discovered. The Clocktower Inn was originally built in 1940, and it was refurbished and converted into the inn in 1985 by Tom Brooks. It's located in picturesque downtown, next to a museum, and of course the historic Santa Buenaventura Mission Museum. But this story starts here, at the clock tower. I've never heard of a clock tower being used to drive fire hoses. This building was built in 1940, and from 1940 to 1980, they would hang these fire hoses from the clock tower to dry. It just seems bizarre to me. They had some other equipment that was on display in the museum, and I really wish I could have gone in. I have so many questions when I see historical things like this. But more than anything, I think when I look at these firefighters, when I look at how this whole city was operating, I end up having more questions than anything else. The Chinese Fire Department in 1890? This special place is giving us the Knights of Columbus next to Little China, right next to the Spanish Mission from 1782. Sure, the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776 on the other side of the country, and the Spanish were here building missions to introduce Catholicism to the Native Americans. What we're really here to talk about is the Clock Tower Inn and why it's haunted. What makes it haunted? And why do people keep coming back here to find out if it is? All right, we'll see how I do juggling everything because I've got my room key, my coffee, etc. So I'm walking down one of the corridors right now, actually walking away from my room, but the detail on all of like the little doorways, each little doorway, is painted, and they have little room tiles, and so everything is just kind of picturesque. I'm trying to be quiet because it's kind of early in the morning here, and I'm probably gonna run into people. Let me flip this around now. All right, so I'm gonna take the stairs, but I'm actually going to also take the elevator because my first real kind of walking around here, I decided to take the elevator. So, all right. So let's go push the elevator. Okay. All right, you guys, the elevator, it's like leather in here. It stinks like, it smells like an old ride from Disneyland. The first time I got in the elevator, it like ka-chunked and it scared the crap out of me. It did not ka-chunk this time. So because this building was built a long time ago, it was used as an old firehouse, it supposedly is haunted. So when I first found out about it, I'm over here in the room that way. But it kind of spooked me out because we're going to room 210. And then initially I thought, well, maybe there's not a room 210 anymore, because I was around the 211 corridor. So I went on a mission to find room 210. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, it felt a little spooky going down that hall, and it could just be the eerie feeling that I have because I know that it's supposedly haunted and that people have been there to check out the hauntings before, but it feels a little spooky going down there. Let's check out some more of the hotel and see what we can find. I'm someone who loves history. I love to learn. I have so many questions, and Ventura gave me so many surprises. California tends to be somewhat of a newer state. Everything is new and modern and trendy, and when you go to Ventura, you can feel like you have just stepped back in time, and it was an absolute delight.